Welcome to my channel. My name is Vota and I'm a photographer and videographer, and I've worked with brands such as Capitec, BMW and Haval. Now in today's video I'm going to show you how I edit the highlight reel from the event that I filmed the other day, and I'll show you the timeline settings, I'll show you how I structure and place videos and what I do to round it off to look a little bit more professional and send that off to the client for the final revision or the final review of that video for them to go and post it or send it out to their business partners. So let's head over to the computer and I'll show you what I do. Okay, now that we are in our editor, I use DaVinci Resolve. I do sometimes edit in Adobe Premiere Pro. It just depends on what the client is asking for, so I'll go back and forth between the two programs, but the majority of the time I do edit in DaVinci Resolve because I think it's a really nice editing software. Basically, when you start, you will open up your project. I've already created a project, so I create a few folders. My folder structure is as follows. There's clip folders for all my footage, or you can call it clips or you can call it footage, doesn't matter. Same with music, sound effects. Assets is basically if the client requires you to add logos or anything like that, you'll add it in there. And then timelines this is where we'll create our timeline. So for me, and what I think how they're gonna view this is mostly on computers and cell phones, because they send it out internally, and if they're going to post it, it's going to go onto social media. So there are certain settings for this. This is going to be for internal use, so they might send it to their investors. Now I would just call this a 16 by 9. We'll go here, go to format. We'll use 25 frames a second because I do live in South Africa, so I film at 25 frames a second. And if you go over to color, you'll see that I use DaVinci Wide Gamut Intermediate, and Rec 709 Gamma 2.2 is for cell phones, iPads, etc. To start to edit is normally where it's difficult because you don't always remember the story or if there was a storyline to be told. And I know from the day that they were trying to uplift this school in Kayamandi in Stellenbosch. It's not a public school. It's a private school and they get funded by donors. So what I normally do, I just put everything onto the timeline, get the story going, then I'll add the music, and the music will take over the edit. It will set the pacing, it will set the tone. When it comes to corporate, they like using music that uplifts your emotions or anything like that. So they don't like sad music, they want upbeat music because you are helping the kids and everyone is happy in helping these kids. So now that we have, let's say, the first 11 seconds, let's see. So that shot I can make shorter, that shot I can make shorter, that's a nice shot. But now you can get the feel of it, now you understand, okay, we are at a school, and now we introduce the principal, because you could see we were busy at the school, we were playing with the kids, we're doing something at the school. And now we introduce the principal, where she will talk a little bit more about the school and how it started. And so normally what I do, for example, like here where questions are being asked, I would listen through this whole interview and I'll choose parts out of the interview to tell the story more of the school, because sometimes they tell something but it's not really what we were there to capture. So I normally cut that out. Wherever they are cut is where you overlay footage. So I would go, for example, like over here, and I'll grab that out and I'll just literally place it on top there, and you won't be able to see the cut. So let's do this. So she's like, yeah, and then there she technically stopped talking. So now I just remove that over and then I go on here because now there was a question asked. So this is going to take some time cutting through this interview and the next interview, but you'll see the final result now.
My name is Sarita Sabar. My school is just situated in Kalmandi, and we have been here for quite a while. And we start with the little ones from 3 to 4 years old, and then they go through our hands until grade 3, until the age of 9. The community is important for me, and to uplift the children is important. And I have seen through teaching here for the last 10 years that we can actually make a difference through education. That's the only way that we are going to uplift people and make a difference. Every child gets the care that they should get. We give them the same high standard of education that they would have gotten in town for a very small amount.
And so that is how I edit a highlight reel from these events of uplifting the community. That's just the basic way of editing. So in the next video, I'll show you how I color grade these clips for a more corporate look, like vibrant, punchy colors. I won't say like too contrasty, but they really enjoy the vibrant colors. And you don't want to mess around with corporate colors anyway. So that is it for today.